Dartmouth.
Well, both Princeton and Dartmouth have put their entire squads into the A finals, so.
There you go. Look at that celebration. That's how much it means to all these crews.
Gold, silver, and bronze for Pennsylvania, just ahead of Boston University. Navy, and then Harvard.
And we're underway. Here we go. Grand final of the 4V. Princeton looking very sharp in lane 1. Pennsylvania next to them. Then Dartmouth in lane 3. Harvard lane 4. BU lane 5. And Syracuse in lane 6. And it looks like, couldn't call it, but it looks like Harvard are charging.
Well, Princeton's in a good position to be able to defend their lead. They can see the other crews as they come up, and you're right, it's Pennsylvania and Harvard and Dartmouth all pretty close. We're gonna see a cross, and well, I'm going to say that Pennsylvania still has a foot or two lead, and Dartmouth has moved into third, with Harvard now in 4th place. So the gold medal is going to go to Princeton. Wow. That was pretty special. The Princeton, Pennsylvania, Dartmouth finish.
And we're getting the replays.
It looks like Princeton, maybe Dartmouth, Pennsylvania. That's a close one. Yeah. Harvard definitely in 4th.
And the flag has dropped. All 6 crews cleanly out the blocks, ready to go, contending for the Varsity, 3rd Varsity Championship title.
That is the last 500, with Harvard still trailing Princeton by half a length.
Who's got more gears to go? Who's gonna nail it in this sprint sequence? As they come up to about 300 to go. Harvard are mounting that charge. Princeton remaining high. Not shortening up. Look at that 6-man. He's staying long. Those big guys in that middle of that crew as they come into the red boys, looking to continue hammering it home.
Harvard realizing they've got to go some. They've raised their rate up to 40, and they're trying to match Princeton and trying to gain ground. And it's going to be a close one. Princeton holding on, still clinging to the lead, but they don't have much headroom to go on the rating. They've got to do it on power. They've got to get there on fumes if they're going to beat Harvard for this 3rd varsity final.
It's close. Princeton holding on. Only a few seats in it. That Harvard stroke man looking. He wants it. He's swinging. It's going to be neck and neck. Super tight.
And there goes Harvard. Look at that. What a surge right toward the end. And Princeton holds off by half a deck. Just beating Harvard.
And we've got an exciting race on our hands. It's going to be a close one. Both Harvard and Princeton qualifying within 0.1 of a second of each other. And so expect a tight race. Harvard got the better of Princeton when they raced against each other in the Rowe Cup. So seeing who's going to hold their nerve coming into this final.
Well, I was talking to Charlie Butt yesterday, the Harvard coach, and he seems to be, pretty relaxed, talkative. He kind of thinks that the hay is in the barn and that the crews are going to do what they're going to do. They're prepared. So you just show up and see what happens. And they'll do it again at the IRA in a couple of weeks.
This Harvard crew is strong. In the middle of this crew, we've got Cameron Becky, who won the varsity last year, who was in that Harvard won the Eastern Sprints. So he's sitting in the middle of this crew, strong oarsman from Great Britain, seeing what he can do on in this 2V Grand Final. But
Princeton has the smallest of margins, maybe a deck length over Harvard. Harvard looks like they may have more power, but if all Princeton needs at this point is the staying power to keep their boat speed up until they can charge that finish line, it's going to be very close.
Yeah, into the red boys now. Princeton continue to hold the lead, but Harvard are throwing everything at it.
You can really see the effort that Harvard's putting in to get on terms, and I think they've got some momentum.
Yeah, you saw just before that 500, Harvard were like, no, we want to go. And they seem to be, it seems to be neck and neck, bow ball to bow ball.
There's nothing in this race. And now Princeton maybe responded. I think Princeton still has a seat on Harvard. They're coming down to the last 10 strokes. Princeton has some momentum. Look at that.
And Princeton takes
Princeton by a deck over Harvard.
And now they're under starters orders. Here we go. Dartmouth lane 1, Harvard lane 2, Princeton lane 3, Brown in lane 4, Pennsylvania in lane 5, and Northeastern in lane 6. They're underway. All 6 crews challenging for this Eastern Sprints Grand Final Varsity title.
Princeton certainly gave it their best shot early, but it's once Harvard got some traction, they started to move into the lead.
It continues to be all about Harvard now. What can Princeton do to contend? And I think they're trying to inch it back, but Harvard just staying long, believing themselves. They're defending their title from last year.
We won't know. Looks like it was just Northeastern getting there slightly ahead of Dartmouth. Again, we'll have to wait for the timer, but Harvard is celebrating. The Cantabs have once again defended their title with a terrific row, start to finish.
They really took that on.